Well. Hello everyone and welcome to yet another official War Thunder Friday stream. My name is MikeGoesBoom and I am joined by the lovely Oxy.
Hello, I'm here as well.
Yes, we are. Okay, so lads, this time we're actually going to rush into the battle a little bit quicker than usual. We're going to go straight into it. So, are you ready to go?
I sure am, MikeGoesBoom.
We are ready to go. We're going to be presenting what you can actually do when you have a teammate to play with. Now, you might notice that we have this interesting function where we can switch between two different screens. Wow. You might be able to see on the top left corner of your screen, you can see Mike's POV or Tom's POV, aka Oxy's POV, which will indicate you which view is being currently displayed. And hopefully I can make a decent job of actually switching between the POVs at interesting times.
Oh, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Now, Oxy, what are we actually starting off with today?
I'm going to start off with 6-3 America, because they do have a lot of interesting options available.
They do indeed. Sadly, we are in a full up tier, it seems. Our T26 costs 150 spawn points, which generally indicates that you are at the bottom tier. So 7.3 is what we're facing. But thankfully, the Super Hellcat is, well, quite nice. This is the Super Hellcat. I have it completely washed up. It has a 90mm cannon. This is the premium version. And whilst it is a bit slower than the regular M18 Hellcat, it also packs a much bigger punch. And it is quite fast, in contrary to...
I think this is the slowest ground vehicle. I don't think there's one slower than this, unless I forgot one.
I think the Tortoise is a bit faster, yes?
Yes, this is like 12 kilometers an hour maximum, I think.
The Tortoise is a little bit faster. So yeah, it might actually be the slowest ground vehicle, not?
I think so.
Not a lie. We have some chat. Jacob Pleknich on YouTube asks, "Excuse me, but I'm trying to learn how to play Shermans. Can you help?" We may actually be able to in a bit. Now, Tom can actually tell a bit more about the Shermans. He does quite like them.
Well, yes, the Shermans are probably some of my favorite vehicles in the game, but they are all quite different, especially the 75 and the 76s. They face very different opponents and have, well, differing playstyles, not quite. But they're vehicles that don't do a lot for you, and that might seem a bit vague. But a vehicle, say, like the KV-1's IS-5 does a lot for you in that the armor is very effective. So it will do things passively for you. So it will save you from shots, etc., etc. But with the Shermans, there's not a lot that they really do on their own. The armor is good, the gun is good, and the mobility is good, but it's not really good enough to be able to hold your hand, basically. So when I first started playing the game and played America with the Shermans, I really struggled with them. I didn't really get it. But I think they're the sort of vehicle that work brilliantly with a lot of map knowledge. Because if you get them in the right spot, their reloads are good, and if you can get a good penetrating hit with the gun, it will generally one-shot. They have a lot of filler in those rounds. But chiefly, at the moment, you can take advantage of catching enemies by surprise, which works really, really well with the buff to the short stabilizer, which I think is 22...
I believe it's 24 kilometers per hour now.
24 kilometers an hour. So if you're at that speed, even in Cruise Control 1, you can have a perfectly level gun, which is something that basically no other vehicle has at this battle rating. So say if you roll around a corner onto an enemy, you'll get the first shot off. So if you know where to land the gun, you'll have a pretty good time with the Shermans. So there's probably not really a lot of information I can give in a short time like that, but yeah, if you take enemies by surprise, that works really, really well for the Shermans. So give that a go, that's what I'd say.
It is pretty damn good, I have to say. I do quite like the Shermans myself, of course, depending on the models. I quite like the early Shermans, like the 105mm cannon variant to 2.7, just because this thing has a really good armor for that battle rating, and the gun does a lot of damage. The 75mm ones, the early ones you can walk around with, the M3 cannon tends to get a bit on the weaker side later on in the battle ratings. Then you get the 76mm versions, and all of them have pretty much the same formula. You have decentish armor depending on the battle rating. You have always the Roof 50 cal, which can be very, very, very useful indeed. And okay, you might not have the most penetration for your battle rating. You might struggle to do with some vehicles from the front. Generally speaking, you have quite a lot of punch in those shells, and you can do a lot of damage from the side.
You certainly can.
Now, Oxy, what's the situation right here? I did capture the B point. We are currently holding down all 3 caps, which is pretty good. Yeah. Have you been engaged at all yet?
A couple of snipers on the other side, and this IL-10 doesn't seem to like me very much. But we will see.
Well,
what
maybe
we
he
can do
likes
about
you a lot, actually.
that. I think that perhaps is true, yes.
I'm going to try and get a cupola shot over on this Porsche Tiger. It might actually be... No, there's a Porsche Tiger indeed. The only problem, of course, is... with the newly added volumetric shells, you can't just skim right on the rim of the optic anymore. You have to go for a pretty decent shot. And I don't think I will be able to go for the cupola of this one, sadly.
Sad at times, yeah. I'm just trying to see if anything's going to poke out on the ridge over there again. I don't think so. It's a bit late in the game and a lot of the enemy team have already left. And
frankly, I haven't actually seen too many enemies this match.
yeah, me too, really. I think it's, well, one of those games. But yeah, the weakness of the T-28 really is if you get it out of a defensive position, there's not really a lot that it excels at. It's great defensively, really, really good, especially at its own battle rating, but if it needs to advance and it needs to kind of push into the map with only 50 millimeters of side armor, that can get overmatched and, you know, deleted very, very quickly. So it's if you
Side armor really is one of the biggest weak points here. I mean, on this map it's actually not that bad, especially since you have that ridge on the southern line where you can do some long range shots with. But if anything gets you on the side, I mean, 50 millimeters is it's practically nothing. You have SPA that can penetrate you at that point.
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Alright, I'm doing a bit of a very aggressive push here, trying to go and see if I can clear out some of the enemy over here. At this point, most of the enemy team has already left the game, so there's only a few left now. We have the massive numbers event right now. I'm not trying to go into the spawn because it's a bit of a dirty move. That's a very uncool move for the gamer, guys. But I'm trying to see if I can pick up some struggles around the outskirts here. Maybe. I mean, there are a few tanks still left alive, so I don't believe they are all sitting in their spawn. They really shouldn't be. Or maybe they are, given that we have all 3 caps since the start of the game. They haven't really been doing too much.
Yeah, this team's done really, really well, actually.
Yeah. Not bad actually. I mean, it's great for the team. It's not so good for us because they make us look bad because we didn't really get any action today, especially with the T-28. Because that thing is so slow. It's very, very hard to get into any kind of usable position there.
Yeah, that's the struggle with it, especially on this map, because I would have liked to go to the sniping hill in F5, but the sidearmor's so weak, and early game, if you're rumbling up there, you know, it gives the enemies on the apartment hill the perfect shot into the side, and there's nothing you can do. So I had to take a bit more of a worse off position at the expense of safety, which did sort of work out, I think.
I mean, in the end, as long as you survive, it's always a good day. They do have a 262 up, by the way. I don't think my 50 will be too effective against that. Sadly, seems like they're mostly focusing on aircraft rather than tanks, which is a bit of an issue because yes, I have a 50, but it's not going to be great SPAA, that's for sure. Especially since this thing is also completely open-topped. This is based on regular M18, so you can very easily get strafed. Even without it being open-topped, this thing is barely any armor at all. It is paper thin.
Okay, Christopher asks, what would you say is a good French plane to grind points, not including premium? If you mean RP, I'd probably go with the King Cobra, the P63. That's what I used. I put a talisman on that while going through the French tree. I believe it's tier 4 in the French tree, whereas the Americans are tier 3. But it's a great vehicle. You can control engagements really well. It's really quick. It's got the 50, it's got the 37, well, the 50s, etc. in the wings. So you can go after ground targets. You've got the bombs as well for combined battles. It's a really good aircraft. That's probably what I'd go with, is a grinder that's not a premium. As it's tier 4 as well, you can get a lot of vehicles with it. If not, the F6Fs, the Hellcats, are also very, very good. Again, they're versatile fighters, can do a lot, especially in RB, air RB and air... Oh, sorry, my brain just switched off. In tank RB as well, they're very, very versatile and have a lot of usability. What are you? Oh, BMP.
I am seeing something over here. Not sure what it is, but it saw me.
Oh, that was a noise.
I have to say, facing ATGM launchers in a Hellcat is a bit
spooky.
scary. It's very slightly quite scary. But I got him down. The BMP-1. The German one, actually. Sneaky. He must have survived that entire match because I didn't see anyone run past us after that.
Maybe he took the river route down to the side where you can get up on the bank over there.
That's actually an interesting point. That might be why he took so long to get there, actually.
Yeah.
The BMP does float, so you can open up some flanks you might not be able to open up otherwise. And, yeah, maybe he did that. But sadly, it didn't really work out in his favor. That was a bad match for the Germans. That was a very bad match for the Germans.
Indeed.
Historia35 on Twitch. Is it just me or does Oxy's POV look slightly worse in quality? It might. We might have some slight technical issues there. We will try to fix those for the next stream. But thank you very much for notifying us. We will keep an eye on it. Contibaraka. Oxy, your hair is fantastic.
Oh.
Mike, nice beard.
Yeah, I mean, I'd agree with that. It's quite nice. I'm going very grey, though. Look at that. That's terrible. I'm aging.
I wish I had your problems.
Oh, I see, yes. Very droll.
Moving on! TM Wagi on YouTube asks, does this have anything to do with the next patch? No, not yet. But, soon TM? No leak, but
soon with
keep
the TM.
an eye out, there might be some interesting announcements coming out next week. I'm not going to go any further than that, but keep an eye on the War Thunder website. You might see some very interesting stuff. Let's just say that. Very, very interesting stuff.
Quite so.
Quite so. Now, Tom, we have a few options here to go for. What do you feel like playing in the next round?
Well, we've got some pretty decent options. We could go for something a bit lower tier, something about the same. What do you think?
I feel like going a bit lower tier, actually. I feel like some Russian memes. How about that?
Some Russian memes?
It has absolutely nothing to do with the fact that I have a certain hat that I quite like using.
He's getting the hat again.
Yes.
He's putting the hat on again.
Comrades,
And the voice.
Careful before I put hat on you.
He's doing the voice again.
This is office company hat. This is shared hats.
Small family hat.
We share our fleece together, like everything good.
There's no stopping him now. He's gone off the deep end.
So how about we do some 4.3 Russia then, yeah?
How about it? Let's do that.
Now, Tom, can you tell us a bit about why the 4.3 Russian lineup is so good?
Well, really just because it's so versatile. They have a vehicle for everything. In the heavy tank, you've got the KV-1 ZIS-5, which is one of the best heavy tanks tier for tier in the game, in my opinion. I think it's really, really good. And you've also got the KV-1S, the Sport, as the backup as well. If you really like heavy tanks, that still works great at 4.3. You have the two T-34-57s, the 1943 mod and the regular, which perform really, really well. This is probably one of my favorite vehicles in the game, and it's one of the best premiums I would always recommend as well. If you're a bit of a beginner, it works in so many situations. It works in up tiers. It's got the great gun, the great reload. It's a fantastic vehicle. And for your tank destroyers, which work well in up tiers, you have the Su-85, which is the 85 at 4.3, which is always going to work really, really well. Armor's not the greatest, reload's not the greatest, but it has the gun, and what more can you want? You also have the ASU-57 as well for the, well, if you want to play a bit more, well, in the meme way. As
Sneaky breaky.
The voice came back again. Maybe it shouldn't. But the ASU-57 is great for this. It's got a great gun, great reload, tiny profile, which means you can play it in different areas of the map where you maybe couldn't play other vehicles. And as well, it has scouting, so you can use it as a pseudo light tank. And you also have some great close air support options as well. You've got the Yak-9T, the PE2s, you've got some great premiums as well. The Su-6 premium is great as well. There's so much to use and so much to go for, so it's a really, really good lineup.
See, when you say CAS, does a 5,000 kilogram bomb count as CAS?
I suppose it does. Could you be talking about the PE8 with the 5,000 kilogram bomb?
Maybe I am. Wow. See, I have to admit, this is my guilty pleasure. I tend to not actually get any kills with this, but I really, really, really love leveling entire building blocks.
There we go. See, it's all fun. All in the name of fun.
This was actually introduced a few months ago now. Bombs do actually affect buildings now, so you can quite literally drop one of these bombs in the middle of Advance to the Rhine and destroy half of the map. At least the buildings.
Yes,
it is great. It is great fun. So let's get into the battle. Magnificent Speed on Twitch asks, I wonder how big a deal it would be to destroy Mike on the official War Thunder stream. Good luck, kiddo. No, please don't. You wrecked me once in the 100 with your RBT5.
That
was a bad experience. I think I just got PTSD.
Wow, that's a memory you've got going there. I mean, I can't. That's off for me.
I dream of big rockets at night. It's terrible. Absolutely terrible. Shrub on YouTube asks, hey, quick question. Are you guys gonna play Jets? We don't have any Jets planned today, but maybe. Let's just say it this way. Next battle, we're actually going to let Twitch chat decide what we play. We're going to be hosting a poll on the Twitch chat, and you guys get to decide what we play from the options. So if you guys want to see Jets, we can play Jets. If you guys want to see the mouse, we can play the mouse. It is all up to Twitch chat to decide, really?
Oh, you cursed it.
Oh, yes. See, when you really, really, really wish for something, it comes true. Sadly, we are in a 5.0 match, which could be slightly problematic, but I'm actually going to do what is called a pro gamer move.
Okay, said it. Okay, what's your pro gamer move?
My pro gamer move is I should take a much lower battle rating vehicle, technically speaking, but one that is very, very good. This is the BT7 with the F-32 cannon. This is a event vehicle from a few events past. Don't think it's been quite a year yet since we got this vehicle, but what this is essentially a BT7 with a bigger cannon, an F-32 76mm cannon, I believe, from the early T-34s, which are actually decent. You don't have much penetration, but you have quite a bit of boom, especially when you get on the sides of vehicles. And this thing is very good at getting at the sides, that is for sure.
It is. And as well, because of how the cap of the round functions, it can penetrate very, very steep angles as well, which is fantastic for that. It's a really good vehicle to use, especially even if you have a sliver of side armor, you can get through that. It's like, it's not strictly like this, but it's like pseudo Hesh in a way that you can actually get through the really heavily sloped armor. And so the thickness is low, but it's heavily sloped. It will cut right through. So it's a really good round to use and a really good gun as well.
It is very uncharacteristic of me to go for something that is not thick.
Yes, I suppose it is.
Okay, we are about to capture the A point over here. I see Speeder brought his RPT-5. Oh. I have seen a tank. I believe, was it Japanese? Actually, there was a Japanese tank. Oh boy.
Could be Japanese.
Okay, Oxy, keep an eye out. There was a Japanese tank over in this direction. I think he's flanking around the left side. You should have the armor to hopefully defeat him, although it might be a Type 5 cannon.
I certainly hope not.
I can't see anything.
No. This isn't an area I strictly want to be in. Oh.
Yeah, it's another that.
It's an M6.
Oh, what's that? Oh, actually, you got him. Nice.
Something else.
Oh, M6 behind you as well on the corner of the cap. He's now capping right now.
Crumbs, you are correct.
I might have enough for a plane. I do. Oh, I'm just off.
Oh, no.
I am just off, but I have something else.
Okay.
Oxy, I'm coming to the rescue. Don't you worry.
Yes, I need this.
Joshua Robinson on YouTube asks, how should I use the King Tiger? Well, like any heavy tank, you want to actually watch out for if you want to spawn it in the first place at all. We have been hinting at how to read the battle rating from the spawn point costs, in RB at least. And one of the biggest tips I can give for any heavy tank, really, is to save it until you are either at a good battle rating or at a good point in the match. If your heavy tank costs 220 spawn points to spawn at the start of a match, that means you're in a full down tier, and it also means you can actually do quite a bit of damage, especially King Tigers. They're very, very, very strong in a down tier. However, if you are not in the full down tier, if you are in a full up tier, for example, heavy tanks can still be quite useful later on in the match. Towards the end, where the enemy will have spent most of their heavy stuff, most of their big guns, you can do quite a bit of work.
You certainly can. Oh, you are Tismaring, I see.
I am going for a... did that go in? It did, but sadly not quite close enough. I did cripple that M6 quite well.
Okie dokie.
I'm going to try and go for another pass before... Okay, we have an enemy aircraft up, and I believe it's a fighter.
Okay, I will
You are
SU6.
taking an SU6, very good.
The single seat.
I will need your help in a second here.
I'm on my way, Chief.
Bombing an M4. M4 down. That should also have done quite a bit of damage to the buildings around now.
Very nice.
We should probably tag team this plane, shouldn't we?
We certainly could tag team this plane.
I'm not quite sure what it is, but it is definitely a single engine thing. It seems like a Corsair, actually.
Let's see. It's a bit too far away for me to...
I'll try and keep my speed up.
Okie dokie.
The Tisma has quite an array of weaponry, but it doesn't turn too well. This is a heavy fighter, so you don't want to be going 1 versus 1 with fighters.
Yeah, he's coming for you, I think.
He is going for me indeed.
I think you're right, that is a Corsair.
I got a hole in my fuselage, but I should be fine. It's going for the head-on.
Okie dokie, what model
Trying to get 37s. I got a hit into him. I think it's one of the early Corsairs.
It's the B, I think. The
be.
earlier B.
Oh, he just killed himself. Oh boy.
Very nice.
Well, there's one easy way to get a kill. Just get a hit. Oh, there's another one. Two more. Break left if you can.
I certainly will.
He's on you.
That looks to me like an A35.
Could be.
Hellcat.
Oh, I'm getting hit by the other plane.
Okay.
Oh, I'm on fire. I got a fire in my right wing.
Very nice meme.
I don't think I'm going to make this. Oxy, tell my life. Tell my wife I love her.
I'll tell your life.
Oh, nice kill.
And your wife as well.
Very nice kill. Ah. Well, isn't this very poetic?
All things must come to an end.
We both have holes in our wings.
We do. As life imitates art.
Very much so. Okay, let's see what else we have. At least to get a few kills, so I should have some spawn points, which is good.
I have another Tisma. Lovely.
Coppin on YouTube asks, OMG Oxy, why are you so cute?
We've established I look like Michael Jackson, John Lennon after an abortion, and what was the other one? I can't remember.
I can't quite recall. Honestly, Oxy, like this comes generally from the bottom of my heart. I think you look excellent.
I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing with the way you're pronouncing that.
What way are you pronouncing it? Are you saying something against my German accent?
Maybe something else.
I'm feeling extremely offended.
I'm recoiling so hard, my neck is cramping. This is not a good feeling.
Chat, maybe you should try and explain some of the newcomers what this is all about.
No, they shouldn't.
Doing too much about that.
They should ignore it all.
Soviet Boy on YouTube says, the tandem is a very odd plane. What if we played next game? We don't really have anything planned for that right now, and honestly, frankly, I don't like the tandem too much myself. I've never quite gotten the hang of that plane.
Yeah, I never really got the hang of it either. It's a fun design, like it's an interesting plane to look at and have a couple of games in here and then, but yeah, I never really found it to be that incredible as an actual aircraft, especially sort of flight performance-wise. It was very unmaneuverable, and at a battle rating where it needs that, well, some maneuverability. So, wasn't quite what I was expecting in that regard. But, yeah, it's a fun machine. It's a fun machine for sure. It's a really interesting design. I think it has one of the earliest slat designs in the wings, which makes it incredibly durable to fire, but, yeah, it's not strictly amazing, apart from that, but, yeah, fun design.
I saw a ping on the map over here, and I think there's an enemy nearby. I'm seeing 50 caliber tracers.
Roger
That's
that.
an M4. M4 spotted, and he is down. Oh, there's another one. M6, I believe. Let's see if I can go for the back of his turret here, and I can indeed. Easy double kill.
Nice, nice.
What I was trying to do here, actually, is trying to look at the map. Honestly, guys, the map is your best friend. Use the map. If you see that your teammates are dying in a certain area, or if you see that your team isn't very well represented in a certain area of the map, you try and reinforce that, especially when you are, like in my case, I was touching on this earlier on when I was talking about the King Tiger. We are now later on in the match. The enemy has spent most of their good guns, so why not bring a heavy tank? Especially this, the KV-1 ZIS-5. This thing is a decent cannon for this battle rating still, and very, very good armor.
Very, very good armor. Yes.
Now I believe there's a comment over here. Oh, Sherman! I was able to be destabilized on the Sherman.
Very nice. Very nice indeed.
Now, Oxy, I believe you're currently the only one heading towards the cab. I'm going to try bomb. He bombed himself.
Oh, very
okay.
nice.
Can we get an F in chat for that P40? He did not do well.
Poor P40.
Okay. Ooh, I am on fire. I am on fire. I am in pain.
Oh, loud.
I am in sharp amounts of pain. I'm getting shot from the cab itself, from enemies around here. Can I get my gunner back up? I can, but sadly I was completely overwhelmed by the enemy there.
Okay.
And that's what happens when you're a heavy tank by yourself. Oxy, it's up to you now. Finish the mission.
I will attempt. We'll see what we can do. Don't have many chums on the point here. And I'm not sure what's around either.
Oxy, if I was you, I would try and avoid hanging around the camp right now.
Oh. Oh no. Could it be that you're bringing in the P8 with a 5,000 kilogram bomb?
I don't think it's going to help us too much at this point. Most of our team is dead.
I see.
Which might actually be a good thing in this case, because this thing has a large blast radius.
Just don't drop it accidentally again.
Well, I'll try. I will try. I'm going to try and drop this around the cap area.
Nice.
Hopefully level all of the buildings around here. Actually, I might even drop it a bit ahead of you, so I can level all of those buildings, so I can actually have a clear view of what's ahead.
Oh, how sweet. I love that you would level buildings for me.
I would do anything for you.
Oh, anything.
Even eating eggs. Tactical nuke incoming! Ooh, I think I have a visitor.
A chum, inbound.
Gunner inbound. Interesting. P-47 is actually smart. He's not going for me.
Oh, crumbs.
And the bomb has not done anything, sadly. I was hoping for more enemies in that area.
Yeah, but you've leveled everything, though, so that's an advantage.
I have indeed. You can see the destruction over on Tom's point of view. That is a lot of buildings falling down right now.
So, God, yeah, and I can certainly see all of the chums inbound.
Now, I have enough spawn points to spawn
God.
into another tank, so I'm actually going to...
I've never seen it so empty.
I had actually a custom battle a few months ago where we leveled the entire map. Literally the entire map. It was
Very
completely
nice.
unrecognizable.
I see. Very nice. Okay.
Now, the situation on the ground seems a bit dire, doesn't it?
A little bit dire.
Right. I actually jade out of my PE8. It would take too long for me to go back to the airfield to rearm
A smart
and come
decision.
back. So I'm going to spawn in again into a tank. I
Okie
brought myself a
dokie.
T-34-57 as well, so we have two of them now.
Mhm.
Hopefully we can make it. We have a teammate in the cab, but the cab is not being decapped, which means there's a tank inside right now.
Roger that. Gold leader.
That is, by the way, a pro tip for all the new players. If you're inside of a capture zone, but for some reason you don't seem to be able to start a countdown, that means there's at least one more enemy in the cab. Even one single tank, even one single enemy tank in the capture point will prevent you from decapping or capping it. So keep that in mind. And listen for the engine sounds.
Yes.
How's the shit over there, Oxy?
It looks a bit better. We've managed to take hold of the middle of the map again, which was really, really needed. So either they need to have a very, very good push here, or we might actually be able to win this one.
If we can hold this cap, we can still pull this back for sure. The enemy does have a fair few tanks missing as well, but I am a bit afraid of some tanks flanking. So I'm going to try and take a hold of the right flank over here, try and keep this safe.
Sounds good.
See if we can hold the middle area.
Will do, Chief.
You weren't kidding with the buildings being destroyed, were you?
Oh god, yeah, this is just, you know...
Welcome to World War II Simulator. This is War Thunder, HE destruction and bombs.
Yes.
What more could you need?
What more could you need? Quite so.
Ooh, Redstone King on Twitch asks, what do you think is the best looking tank in NEBR?
Oh no.
The best looking tank in NEBR? I mean, there's only one very obvious option there. I'll give you a hint. Maybe chat can decide. Maybe chat can guess what tank I'm talking about. It has side skirts, obviously. That is really a requirement for even being on any kind of sexiest tank alive list. It has very wide tracks, or at least the option to mount very wide tracks. And it has a 75mm gun.
Wow.
What do you think it is, chat? What do you think it is?
What could it be?
What could it possibly be? The one vehicle I've been raving about for years now. What could it possibly be? Oh, this is bad, actually. Okay, update. Looking at the map, our entire team just died.
I see.
I'm going to try and head back to A. See, here's the thing right now. This is the clutch moment. We have more tanks, but we have no one around A. If the enemy is able to cap A, we might actually lose this. So
This is a good point.
This number 6. Okay, I got him.
Ooh,
I got him.
Very nice. That won us the game, I think.
That might have. They still have 3 tanks left alive. I'm not sure where they are.
Hmm.
None in the cap right now.
Another Sherman down. I think we might have got this one.
Hopefully so. I'm going to try and go for a cap here. The good thing about all the destructed buildings is that you can actually see over them. So you can actually kind of guess where the enemy is.
Yeah, really changes the map actually. Like
It really does.
Playing it.
Like, no, this is not even kidding. You can actually have a huge impact on the map by simply leveling the buildings between the enemy spawn and the caps, so that you can much more easily see them coming and prepare yourself in defense positions like that.
Yeah, it's a very underused tactic, I think, because it's quite hard to do, especially just with tanks. But you have an aircraft with you know, a massive bomb, like P8, Wellington, IL-28, anything like that. It can actually really change the match. the map itself in terms of how it's actually played on the ground, which is kind of interesting. It changes it up a bit, which I'm a fan of.
Zeki Saley Thore asks, how to get nice graphics? Well, PC Master Race. Now, there are a few things you can do with the options. Generally speaking, you can just use the basic automatic settings that War Thunder provides. But if you really want to get the maximum out of your system, you can try enabling SSA, for example, in the launcher. SSAA stands for Super Sampled Anti-Aliasing, something like that. It essentially is a brute force way of forcing your graphics card to render your game at a higher resolution than your display is actually able to display. So, for example, if you are playing at 1080p, you can render the game at 1440p or 4K, I'm not exactly sure which number it is, and it then downscales to the size of your monitor. This gives you a really, really crisp image. It's also very, very useful for spotting tanks in ground forces, since the image is much sharper and clearer. But at the same time, it also massively tanks your FPS. So this option is only really available if you have a good graphics card. Other than that, you have to just mess around with the settings. It has a lot of options. Honestly, take yourself like a weekend to mess around with all the different settings in the launcher, do a couple of test runs, see what sticks, see what you like, and you can figure out your own personal best settings. And even better, if you have a NVIDIA graphics card, which is also one of our main sponsors, you can use the NVIDIA Freestyle filters to further adjust the color, the contrast, the sharpening of the image in game. It is quite useful.
Very nice. Jerome says, Baba Booey. Thank you for that, Jerome. I appreciate that.
Sauerkraut asks on Twitch, any suggestions for grinding 5.3 Germany?
Well,
yes. Just play it. 5.3 Germany is extremely strong right now. They have a Tiger. They have I believe the Panther D is at 5.3 as well, isn't it?
yeah, Panther D, Tiger H1, Panzer 470V, Nashorn, ME410.
The Panzer 470V. The Panzer 470 it's such an underrated tank.
So
it
underrated.
Is so good.
It's amazing.
It is so good. It takes the Panther's gun on a tank destroyer with very good sloped armor for their battle rating. Okay, you have really, really bad side armor, so you don't want to get shot in the sides, but that's the case of any tank, really. But the gun in combination with the armor makes it so incredibly good if you learn how to play it properly. Tank destroyers are not very easy to play for most players. Having a turret is always a nice fallback, so to speak. But if you take the time to learn how to play tank destroyers, you can actually improve your gameplay in general, because you start to unlearn some of the bad habits. I see so many players just going side on, for example, in their heavy tanks, just because they have the turret and can point the gun sideways. They just go sideways in front of you. And that's something you can really unlearn by using fixed gun tank destroyers. It forces you to present your front towards the enemy. It forces you to use your armor. And you can kind of apply that to other tanks as well.
Yes, I agree.
Now, lads, we are going to be running a poll for the next match. You will get to decide what we play next. If you're watching this on YouTube, switch over quickly to twitch.tv/warthunder to be able to participate in this poll. We are going to have a few options here. Let me see what we have, actually. So, we could do a few things here, actually. We could do some Germany again. We could do some China. We could do some Japan.
Ooh.
We could do some mouse. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to be running a poll in the chat. In the meantime, Oxy, can you read some of the chat questions, please?
I certainly can. Will these two kiss? Maybe.
We are living in a flat share together.
We are.
Our bedrooms are right next to each other. We have a very small breakfast table.
We really do. It's tiny.
It's tiny.
I need to sit on the oven to be able to, like, for all of us to sit there, I need to sit on the oven. So
to be fair, you fit very comfortably on the little...
Yeah, I've got a little island in the kitchen that I can just sort of perch on like an owl. It's perfect for me. Amazing. Road Zombie. Oxy, will you be posting a new video I can put on in the background while I do work? I love the buttery smooth voice. Thank you very much. I appreciate. Yeah, I've just got a new PC, so I will be as quick as I can trying to work on the final for the Russian series. as soon as possible. I've been doing bits on the script, and I have about half the gameplay footage I need. I just need to put it all together, get some editing software, and really crack down on it. But now that I have a PC at my place, it hopefully shouldn't take too long, so I'll hopefully have it done as quick as possible, and I hope it's good, hopefully. What else do we have?
By the way, guys, we are reading the YouTube chat, don't you worry. We do have a lot of very, very good helpers who are helping us pick some of the questions from the chat, so we can answer to all of them. So don't worry if your message happens to get glossed over. We are trying our best, but we all need 2 people here as well. In fact, coming from YouTube, Joseph Stalin asks, why did you start playing the game? I think we had this question already in the last room, didn't we?
I think we did, yeah.
But we shall say it again. I mean, this is the kind of question that will come up every single time. In my case, I watched a movie called Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow, I believe. It was some weird like sci-fi movie. I can't even remember what actors were in it. But I remember there was a P-40, Kitty Hawk, Warhawk, whatever you want to call it, in that movie. And I fell in love with that plane. Something about the way it looks just really clicked with me. And I wanted to know more. Back in the day, I didn't know anything about World War II or World War II vehicles or any military stuff in general. So I just went by the looks and I didn't even know the name of the plane. So I had to Google what plane is in that movie. By Googling it, I found the name. And I started seeing some of the YouTubers I was watching at the time doing videos on a new game called War Thunder. Wowzer. Which, interesting enough, also had a P-40 in it. And that is how I got to start to play the game. I just wanted to play the P-40. I needed to have the P-40. So, yeah, that's how I started to play. I wanted the P-40. I got the P-40. I got all the skins for the P-40. And now I have pretty much everything. What about you, Tom?
Oh, God, it's a very, very long story. Well, not really very long, I suppose. I just always had a vested interest in aviation. My great uncle Ted was a mechanic in World War I and World War II. In World War I, he worked on the Vickers Vimy, lots of bombers and that kind of thing. And in World War II, he helped design the aluminium meshing that was used in the construction of the Vickers Wellesley and the Wellington. So I used to have lots of diaries and trench art and stuff like that he made growing up, which I thought was really, really cool. And I used to play a lot of games growing up about aircraft. I had one on the Xbox. It was like a World War I game with the biplanes. It was Wings of something, you know, the kind of vibe. And I remember one day, so I used to go out with my dad a lot. We'd go on various adventures around. But one day it was, I think there was bad weather or something and we couldn't go out. And I was really upset in the way that a kid would be. So he threw a game at me and was like, play that. I was like, okay, then I'll play that. It was Secret Weapons over Normandy. Maybe some of you who used to have a PC or Xbox back in the day would recognize that. It was a really, really good game. And I played hundreds of hours of that game. And eventually I found War Thunder. A couple of friends discovered it and was like, hey, we're playing this game. It seems really fun. So I joined in with that. And I used to play on a laptop that could run arcade and it would crash, but tried to run realistic at about 14 FPS in battle. I got 30 if I looked up at the sky. But yeah, I got all the way up to the Vampire and the Meteor on that laptop back in the day, and here we are now. What a bizarre timeline we have.
Hold on, you got up to jets with 20 FPS?
Less. Yes, I played it a lot.
How did you hit anything?
Magic. I don't know. I genuinely can't remember what it was like, but it was just good enough. But it was really terrible at times, but yeah, it genuinely...
We could have it as a challenge at some point. We could have a challenge of us trying to play at 15 FPS.
That could be
just
quite
to see
fun.
what it's like.
Yeah, it could be quite enjoyable, actually.
Chat, what do you think? Challenge
Memories.
times? Now, we are running a poll on the Twitch chat right now, deciding what we play next, and it is just about ending. And Tom, do you know what we're going to play?
What are you going to play, MikeGoesBoom?
We are going to be playing a fan favorite. We are going to be playing the mouse. Welcome back, Mr. Mouse. Sadly, not quite available for everyone just yet, although...
For now.
For now, let's just say that. We're not going to say anything else than that. So, what can you tell us about the mouse, which yours has a very nice camo over there, actually.
Yeah, I've got one of the marketplace skins on the mouse, which is very, very nice. I like this a lot. Yeah, it's a vehicle that's very notorious for many, many reasons. But in the right situation, in sort of perfect circumstances, it can be very, very enjoyable to play. And others not so much, but that's why Germany has a pretty decent 7-7 lineup that you can take other vehicles out instead if you get a bad map or a bad BR. But as a vehicle on its own, you can have some great times. I remember when this thing came out, I have had a lot of memories of this thing in arcade and realistic and sim as well, having some really, really fun engagements. Yeah, it's certainly a sweet boy, a large boy.
A thick boy, a chunky boy. This is the heaviest tank in the game, and the heaviest tank ever actually produced at 188 tons. It is a chunker, an absolute chunker. And of course we have its, I'm not sure, should we call it brother, should we call it cousin? It has the same turret.
Yeah, I mean, they're related, sort of. I
Yes.
mean, you'd know, at a party, if your whole family was there, you'd know which two were, in coercions with each other.
I know for sure this is the curvy one, that's for sure.
Yes, the curvy relative.
Yes. Let's get into the battle. Now we have a question by Joshua Santos on YouTube. Hey, Mike or Oxy, what's your opinion on the premium G91 R4 for Germany? Frankly, get the Italian one instead, for one very simple reason. The Italian G91 R3 is actually Portuguese. No bias at all by me being a Portuguese citizen.
Yeah.
Nada mesmo. Não há bias aqui. And it may also have nothing to do at all with the vehicle also having a Portuguese tiger meat skin on the marketplace, which is absolutely gorgeous.
It's very cool.
No bias at all. No bias at all.
No bias at all. Yeah, I'm never really sure what to recommend in regards to jets like that, just because it's an area of the game that's evolving a lot. So right now a jet might be really, really powerful, and then something might change, and maybe it becomes a bit less powerful. And for the price it's at, which I think is around 9,000 golden eagles, it's a lot to spend on an aircraft. So it requires a bit of a commitment, I guess. So I'd probably wait for the sale if you do want to pick it up. It is versatile to the point where you can use it in tanks and air realistic as well. And it's a vehicle that is somewhat dependent on the BR you get. It's a little bit underwhelming in the higher BRs if you get up to 9.7. But for tanks, it does have viability. Not quite as good as the R3 in the tech tree for Germany, in my opinion, just because it doesn't have the 4 Nords. I think it only has 2 and doesn't have 30s either. So I think if you really are intent on getting it, I'd wait for a sale or a discount. Or talisman something in the regular tree, or maybe get a premium at a slightly lower BR, is what I'd say. But I haven't played it very much personally, so maybe I'm way off the mark, but that's where I'd go.
I have played the Italian one a bit. It's at the BR where it actually is a bit tough to play with. You only get to aim 9Bs, which aren't really the greatest sidewinders in the game, but you can do some damage with them. I would prefer if it was one of the G91 versions with the 30mm cannons. Those are really good. The 50 caliber machine guns at that high tier tend to be a bit underwhelming. You tend to have some troubles getting those snapshots off. You have to have a sustained aim to bring down planes effectively. But if you are good at evading, you can still do some decent stuff, especially because the G91s are very good at rolling, very good at turning. They have decent acceleration. They are very small as well. They are surprisingly small planes, especially when you compare it to some of the bigger jets that you might be facing. It is a nimble little fighter, that is for sure.
A very small boy in the grand scheme of things.
Joseph Patrick asks, Mike, where's the link to your OnlyFeed account? Soon TM.
Oh no. I don't even know what that is.
Alright, now the enemy's already on the beak. That's interesting. I rarely ever see anyone going for the beak cab on this map.
Yeah, it's kind of soon, I guess. Who are we against?
We are in a full down tier, thankfully. This is a 7.7 max battle rating, which is the perfect hunting ground for the mouse.
A rarity.
Although we also have to keep an eye out. I'm not sure actually, Oxy. What do you say? Should we go for the B cap and have a bit more cover that way, or should we try to go for the A cap here in the middle of the city, which has lots of flanking opportunities?
Yeah, we could bulldoze right through A, but there is opportunity for some of the nimble vehicles to get through on our side, especially because it's hard to see through all of the walls and stuff.
We have the advantage of being 2 mouses, and we do have a teammate up on the ridge over there, the AKV-91. So as long as he can keep that safe, we might actually be able to do this.
Okay.
Tom,
give it a go.
Let's line up. Let's bulldoze through these buildings together.
Yes.
This is what the mouse is made for.
Yes. Actually, I think it literally is, wasn't it? It was to fill holes in bunkers or something like that, if I remember right.
It's a rolling bunker. This thing... See, the Germans were kind of interesting. They knew this thing was too heavy to transport over any kind of building. So in real life, they tested this thing out with a snorkel to try and drive it through rivers. 188-ton beasts through a river, because yes, that will surely work.
Yeah. Surely.
Okay, I'm heading into the cap. It seems like we actually lost the IKV.
Yes, I might head up into the donut in that
Actually,
case.
I will follow you there. We already have a teammate capping that, so let's move around here. I'll be right behind you.
Let's have a look. What's going on up here?
See, on one hand, I kind of want us to stick together because two monsters are really, really scary to go up against. At the same time, though, we are very, very inviting bomb base, let's just say that.
We are certainly bomb magnets.
Alright, get through this. I love that camo, man.
It's
That
really
camo looks
nice,
great.
right? I love it.
It really
There's
does.
some really nice camos on the market for really cheap as well, like 10 cents. You can get some really, really nice ones.
Well, there you go. Get your Gaijin coin. Get your camos. See, I quite like these basic grey camos, the German grey, but I wish I had some of those nicer camos at some points. Although, thankfully, you don't actually need to pay anything. You can just get the skins. If you're on PC, you can just get yourself skins from live.warthunder.com, download them. They will only be visible to you, but it's free. You can get as many as you want, and you can customize your vehicles. Quite nice.
It would look rather stylish indeed.
Mike or Oxy, what are your opinions playing and versing F11s? I'm guessing you mean the new F11 event plane that was released a few weeks ago. I quite like playing it myself. I've been playing a lot, actually. Really, really a lot. It's not the most user-friendly plane, though, I have to say this much. It is one of the faster planes at a battle rating. It can pretty much go Mark 1. It can just about go transonic. If you go into a dive, you can go slightly supersonic, but I can't really maintain supersonic speeds. The problem with the plane is just that it doesn't turn. It just doesn't turn. It's a very, very heavy naval fighter. And it's, let's just say you don't want to be getting into one-on-one dogfights. That said, you can use your speed, and you can use your 4 air-to-air missiles, which, okay, the air-to-air missiles aren't the best. They're only A9Bs. But you get 4 of them, so you get 4 tries. And 4 guaranteed misses in my case.
Oh no, you do fine.
But you can do some decent stuff, and you also have the 20mm cannons. It's, I'm guessing the closest thing I can say... Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Where was he?
I don't know.
Oh no. Oh no. Speed did it. We have a victim. We have a victim. The RBT5 just took down a mouse. Oh, this is bad. Thankfully, it wasn't me, though.
Oh, yes.
And he is down. Actually, there's someone on B. Oh, boy. Ugh. See, the one major problem with the mouse, it doesn't move. I'm struggling over here. This is pretty much a land battleship. This is as fast as I can turn, especially in these very cramped conditions. Mouse in the YouTube chat asks, when will eggs get added to the game? Joke's on you, we already have them.
What?
Well, had. Do you remember the April Fool's event with the UFOs from last year? I believe it was. Egg-shaped.
Oh. Yes, they're slightly egg-shaped.
Actually, no, even better. Honestly, the April Fool's event from this year with the spacesuits, those are even more oval. So those are... We had eggs two times in a row. What more could you want? And you have the Kugelblitz in the game. This is not an egg. Now, I am the cap, but I'm not seeing anything. How's the situation over there? You're taking out leopards.
Yeah, might as well.
Very nice, very nice.
Stylish boy.
Oh. T-34 spotted. T-44 not destroyed. Ah, it's a T-34-100. Come back here, you bastard. Let me shoot you. Ah, he's dead.
Sad times.
Noxide asks, battleships when? I don't know. Why don't you tell us?
Yes. Why don't you tell us?
Keep in mind, lads, we can't really tell you things ahead of time. That is not that already in devlogs. And most of the time, we just don't really know. Keep in mind, we are streamers. We are entertainers. We are players. We've been playing this game for 7 years, 8 years. and we just like playing the game, but we aren't exactly developers, so any deeper information you might want, we may not be able to provide. Or maybe we do. Maybe we know everything.
Maybe
Who
we
knows? You'll never know. No one will ever know.
Apart from us, of course.
Yes, apart from us, we know. We know everything.
Well, some things.
Yeah, some things. A few things.
Well, maybe one thing. Maybe
That's
two
generous.
things.
That's very generous. Maybe half a thing.
Half a thing.
Alright, the game is evolving actually pretty well right now. Oh boy. Interesting enough, we actually haven't lost a single tank yet. Well, I mean, we have lost tanks, but we haven't lost a single player yet.
Nice.
All of our players are still in the game, and the enemy is just completely gone. See, this is what happens when you take out the mouse. You destroy the enemy by your simple presence. Your tank is so heavy, it generates its own gravity field that just brings everyone down. Yes, that is a scientifically proven fact.
Yes, it certainly is a scientifically proven fact.
Oh, this is actually a good question for you, since you're driving right now. Oxy, come on, a question from Nybite on Twitch. What is the best way to use Leopard?
Oh, it depends a lot on the map itself, and it requires you to turn off the autopilot you might have in your head when you unlock a fast tank. As it's one of those vehicles that doesn't really work very well on the front line, but it has the mobility to get there, which is in itself a bit of a danger. Especially as this is probably, if you're playing the German tree, one of the fastest vehicles that you'll unlock as you go down the tree, and you might be used to just holding W until you get into an engagement. But if you meet an enemy on the move while you're holding W and going in for that engagement, you're putting the Leopard in a situation where it might not work very well. So generally I like to play it a bit more passively, stick back a little bit. You've got the rangefinder and you've got the Sabo, the heat, so you can use them at long range. I would try and avoid the front lines, stick back if you can, because it's got a great reverse speed. Its maneuverability on the spot is really, really good. So if you can hug ridge lines, hills, that kind of thing, that's where I really have had the most success with it, and that's probably where I'd recommend using it as well. It just doesn't have the armor to compete the close ranges, and the gun works great at long range as well. So really, you get no advantages playing it at close range at all. So long range is really where I'd stick to, and I think especially if it's one of your first modern vehicles, that's where I'd go as well.
Very nice indeed. All right, lads, we have time for one more game today. And we're going to do a little bit of a fan favorite from the last stream, if you happen to have seen it. How about we play some tank football today?
We certainly could. It will be a disaster, but we could.
Some of you may know what this is about, some of you may have seen the last stream or even participated. We are going to be hosting a custom battle for you guys to take part in. The way to take part in is actually quite simple. I have just created a chat. You can see it if you click on your chat function over here. You go to all the chats, you can find this official stream custom game invites chat room. If you go into there and you type some stuff, I'm going to be inviting people that are currently in that chat to the custom game, where we're going to be playing football, but with tanks.
Yes.
So, rules are pretty simple. You can take any tank that you want. In fact, Tom, I see you eyeing something over there. What is that?
I mean, I might as well play this. I rarely ever play it. This is the vehicle I got from winning the YouTube Cup, being on the team that won, and this is my own personal Challenger 2, and there's only one of these on the server right now, as far as I know, and I don't really use it very much, so this would be a good opportunity to give it a go.
It is quite literally a unique tank, actually.
Yeah, I think I don't believe anyone else has one of these at the moment, so it's just one, and it's quite cool. It has this nice little modern camo, which reminds me of Mirror's Edge a lot, which I quite like. So yeah, nice to give it a go, give it a shot.
Can you have a quick look at the chat questions whilst I set this up?
I certainly can. Bacon in distress. Lamau Oxy is the inverse of Mike in terms of hair. I suppose so. Maybe. Very nice.
Why are you egging him on?
Okay, right. We need to have a talk here about the egg business, because that's unacceptable.
You want to have a talk about what comes first, the egg or the chicken?
No, I don't. Well, I mean, I think it was the egg that came first in that situation anyway. So, knock that on the head. What next? What other egg business have you got? Come on. Give me the business. What else?
I'm in a rather ecstatic mood.
Nice.
This is going to be an excellent custom battle, really.
Very good.
I don't want to be egging you on here, but...
There's a hat trick, very nice.
Honestly, I don't know. I can't think of any more egg puns, to be honest.
Okay, well...
My brain this hour is very limited. This is Friday. It is Friday, 6 p.m. I want to be home. I need a beer.
Go for a nice beer after this, can't we?
Well, actually, yes, we are.
Yeah, nice.
There you go. Okay, I'm just about setting up this custom battle. Maybe you can read another question in the chat.
Joshua Santos. Hey, Oxy, Russia rank 6 tank review coming soon as possible. I've just got a PC at my place, so I can now start actually putting it together. I've got about half the footage and a bulk of the script done. It will probably take a while, and it's probably going to be well over an hour long if it's at the same level it is now. So we'll see. But it will come as soon as it's ready. And so thank you for being so patient with it. I really, really appreciate it. Yeah, it will come when it's ready.
This is absolutely no self-promotion right here, but yeah, we have our own YouTube channel. So if you want to check out Oxy, what is your YouTube handle again?
It's just Oxy, OXY. It's a very bland logo as well.
You can just look up Oxy on, YouTube. Just search Oxy War Thunder, you can find his channel. He makes some very good guides, very extensive guides. So if you have any questions whatsoever about how to play a certain vehicle or how to play a certain nation or anything like that, go watch his videos. He has everything you might ever actually need.
And they're very, very long. So if you want to fall asleep, go for it. Apparently a lot of people do fall asleep to them. So, yeah. They're kind of good for that, maybe.
It is a bit of an interesting thing. Something about the British voice, the British accent is just very calming, at least to me. And I used to fall asleep to some British YouTubers as well.
Oh, very nice.
So I can definitely, I can believe that. I can believe that. Maybe I should try and start doing some ASMR myself.
Maybe.
Although, the thing is, I don't think angry German accents are very good to fall asleep to.
Do it. Say it. Do ASMR of German words. Go.
Schwerer Panzerspielwagen mit 7,5 cm Kampfwagenkanone auf Sonderkraftfahrzeug 234-4.
Yes, I am distinctly moist.
No, this was a terrible idea. We just put the chat to sleep.
Perfect. Now there'll be no more people to spam eggs everywhere.
You know, you just egg them on.
Oh, God. This is the worst timeline.
Okay, lads, we are ready to go. We have a full lobby, 32 tanks in total. Any tanks go. This is going to be tank football. And, well, let the best team win. Actually, Tom, maybe we should go onto the same team if you can.
Ooh, maybe we should. There we go.
As well, maybe? Okay.
Okay.
And we are starting. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tank Football. Hopefully, if this loads properly. A question by Collision in the Twitch chat. Question from Mike, I thought of. What's your go-to drink in Germany? Ooh. There is this vanilla coffee. See, this is something that I find really weird about Germany, right? They put vanilla into everything. Everything. There's vanilla coffee. There's vanilla cold coffee. There's vanilla strawberry jam. There's vanilla beer, I'm pretty sure. There's vanilla in everything. The Germans are obsessed with vanilla, which is good because I am too.
Same.
So, actually, the first drink I had here in Germany was when I first arrived here. I was just, walking around on the weekends. Sadly, on Sundays, all the stores are closed, so I had nowhere to go, except for the gas station that's just on the street across from our office. And I passed by there, I grabbed myself a nice cold vanilla coffee for €3 because everything is completely overpriced over there. But I don't know, it was just really nice. It was just really, really, really nice. I can't really put my finger on why it was so nice, but I absolutely loved it. And I haven't been able to find that flavor again since then. Makes me very sad.
Oh no.
Oh boy, no, the game just started, God.
Well, off to a rocky start.
Well, that's a 1-0 in about 5 seconds. I'm feeling like Brazil versus Germany. What is going on?
Oh no, the can of worms is open. Take cover immediately.
Alright, let's see if Oxy can do a bit better this time.
I mean,
I'm actually going to be playing a bit defensively here.
Oh no.
Or maybe I can attack.
Oh, this is like an anxiety dream.
Okay, the ball is at least a bit stuck now.
Nice.
I could try and ride around the wall here. By the way, if you guys get stuck in the ground, just respawn. You can respawn in the middle of the match, don't you worry. This is a, issue with having 32 players on a map that was only originally designed for 6.
That's true.
Okay, the ball is going close to the goal.
Come on, gang.
Come on, boys.
Football gang.
Oh, no. This is going the wrong way. It is going the wrong way. You can do it, Oxy.
Oh.
Oh, wow. I just noticed your challenge actually has a little trophy next to its name.
Yeah, it's cool, right?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That'd be something, actually. Like, on top of having, like, titles you can add, maybe have a little icon you can add. Oh! It was almost there. It was almost there.
I love how calm the conversation is in contrast to the catastrophe going on screen right now.
Well, isn't it absolutely beautiful? No, you don't. Come on. Nah, they got the ball over me.
Over the top, baby.
I am just making all Centauros flip. Let's see. Going on the outskirts here. The ball is in the middle now. It's been a while since the last goal, at least. But currently the enemy team, the blue team, is leading 1-0, sadly. Which means we have to score a goal if we want to come back here. We're still not on the halftime yet, so we have some time. But I would rather not have the second goal be again in ours. Ooh,
yes.
No. This is bad.
So we've got a lot of competent goalkeepers, I believe. I believe in them.
They let the goal come in 5 seconds, though, last time.
Well, maybe. Yeah, okay then. No faith.
The best defense is an attack. Yes. I see
Yes.
LVT over there, the poor LVT. Okay, orange team is pulling the ball over. This is good. This is very good. Come on, boys. We can do it. We can do it. Now, is it just me or am I seeing way more orange than blue, actually?
Yes, there actually are a lot more. The teams don't auto balance, I think.
Let's just say this was not at all planned or
Small
in fact.
family team.
Yes, small family team, no advantage, no bias. Come on! Oh!
Oh, loud.
Ball is coming back. Oxy has the ball.
I wish I did.
Ah, almost there.
Come on, gang.
We just need to shoot the ball over there. Come on.
ball gang.
See, this is just absolute chaos right now.
It is. This is like
Ty Silencer on YouTube asks, is this normal arcade speed? No, this is arcade mode with 2 times game speed on. So everything you're seeing is sped up 2 times, which makes everything quite chaotic. This is not the realistic Warframe experience, let's just say that.
Yes, I mean, I can't process this.
Shark Knife on Twitch says, question, can Mike say Handschleifmaschinenverleih Fachangestellter?
Excuse me?
If you want to challenge me with German, give me something harder.
Oh.
Donaudampfschifffahrtsgesellschaft something.
Yes.
Alright. I spot an opportunity. Oxy has the ball. Careful, there's a VT1 too.
Oh, Blin.
I'm getting bullied. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. This is good, this is good.
Here we go.
I'm just going to ram that. And... yeah. Yes.
I mean, it did sort of work, so...
See, sometimes all you need in life is to throw a 40-ton vehicle at 70 kilometers per hour into the problem.
A little push.
Having trouble at work? 40-ton vehicle. Train late? 40-ton vehicle.
40-ton vehicle.
Missed your friend's birthday party? 40-ton vehicle.
Just for you. Call now.
It is a solution for everything. Call now on 9901 War Thunder.
Don't do that. There might be an actual number. It probably isn't, but you never know.
I really thought there would be.
I mean,
maybe. Someone can try. No. Wrong goal. Come on. Get well going forwards. This is not good. This is not good. I'm liking all of the eyes on the tanks, to be honest.
Yes. Oh, God. When will this end?
It will end when we score the goals, or when the time runs out. Which I believe we should probably be heading towards halftime in a bit. Oh no, I'm seeing things blowing up. This is not good.
Oh, yes.
Come on, boys. Come on, boys.
Come on, gang. Football gang.
See, this is Mouse. I'm not sure what he's doing over here. He's very much more of a defensive player in this case. He doesn't have the speed to be going around. Oh, I just clipped the rear of the Titan over there. Come on, come on, come on.
It's on you, Chief. Give him the business.
A question for Mike. What about the Sonderkraftfahrzeug 234-2 Puma? Well, to know the full name, I would have to have the full name written out, because German names get really, really, really long and complicated. Well, kind of. See, you see all these long, absurdly long German names, and you think, what the heck is this language?
Yes.
It's actually quite simple. I mean, Tom has been learning slightly a few words here and there now, but The simple part of German is that the words aren't really all that long after all. Germany just likes to take existing words, put them together to describe something. Like, for example, Panzerkampfwagen. Sounds very complicated. Really isn't. It's comprised of 3 words. You have Panzer, which means armor. You have Kampf, which means combat. And you have Wagen, which means a vehicle. So you have an armored combat vehicle. Very descriptive. Actually, Tom, what's been your biggest challenge with German so far?
I mean, all of it. I know.
Just all of it, the entire language.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's a nightmare.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on! Yeah! There we go. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. This is good. This is good. We are no longer losing right now. We are no longer...
Don't read it.
It's not for me. It's not for me. I think you have to read that.
I can't pronounce the whole word. A cone W. Hello, Oxy. Egg. I'm not doing the rest.
You just remind me of the text to speech bot you showed me before the stream.
Oh yes. Dab. No, don't.
Alright.
It is not 2015.
Hey, I wish it was. Honestly, 2020 could just already skip at this point.
Yeah, I suppose so, but I mean... Well, yeah, actually.
But at least it's not too far off now. I mean, we are in October. Although, here's the thing. Okay, maybe this might be confusing me because to me it feels like the end of the year already. But that's mostly just because they have started putting up Christmas stuff in September.
Yes.
Like, we keep on going to this every single stream, but honestly, every single store we go to, there is more Christmas stuff up already.
It is depressing.
Than Halloween stuff. Halloween is in what, 2 weeks? Why is there more Christmas stuff?
I mean, I don't want to know. I do not want to know.
It is terrible. It is absolutely terrible.
Dapperfield says that poor Uwu locus. Is Uwu necessary there in the locus? I don't think Uwu adds much.
Oh,
there.
it is absolutely necessary. It is absolutely necessary. The Uwu is extremely necessary.
I don't think so.
Also, I think we scored another goal, but
we did. I don't think you didn't notice.
I didn't notice at all. No. Like I was seeing the halftime going down, and I was like, "Oh, cool, we're about to win this." Yeah. No, the halftime is about to happen. We are tied up, but then all of a sudden we're winning.
There we go.
Which is good. Very good.
There's some sabotage going on here. Everyone is.
Oh, there's a good question for you, Oxy. Do you have any tips for playing the Lübeck, the new ship that just came out in the last event?
I haven't played it very much, but from what I understand of playing the one in the tech tree and the few games we had, it's a vehicle that works the best at the closer ranges, so try and avoid the long range engagements, which does generally mean you need to be very careful in the beginning portions of the match, and use the terrain, the islands, to sneak your way into the closer ranges where you can use the rockets. I don't remember if they're anti-submarine rockets. They might just be rockets. But the rockets are incredibly potent and they're very, very effective at close range. And the guns as well are much easier to aim at close range. And as well, you have the automatic 40mm, which are really, really good. Deceptively good, actually, especially at the close ranges. So I would spawn as close to islands as possible and use them to safely traverse your way into the map, into the closer ranges, and try and avoid the long range fire from the destroyers and maybe cruisers as well. That's what I do. So try and get as close as you can, as safe as you can, is my recommendation.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but this just feels like bumper cars. This is just like at the fair, just trying to avoid all the enemy tanks. Oh boy. Hey, Hussein Aaron Tuna on YouTube says, "Hi Oxy, hi Mike. Hello lad, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Can we hit X to stop this, to skip the 2020 cutscene? Yes.
Words. Sentence.
See, the problem is, if we skip this cutscene, we're going to have the 2021 tutorial.
Oh. That was good. I like that. That was a good quip.
I don't.
Oh.
I don't like tutorials. I wish you could skip them all.
Oh, I quite like tutorials. They're very... Oh.
See, little Puma, my vehicle is slightly heavier than yours. Okay, where's the ball? We are having a bit of a carambolage over there right now.
We are.
We are currently linked to 1, so this is good. Like, honestly, we don't need to score more goals. If you can just hold out the time limit, I say, as the ball is towards the enemy. Come on, come on, come on, stop.
Oh, they did it.
Why did I have to open up my mouth?
Why did you speak?
Why did I say anything?
Why did you speak?
Why did I say anything?
the worst timeline.
I was literally just about to say, as long as we can stop the enemy from scoring a goal and we can survive until the end of the match, we win this.
Yes.
And immediately they score a goal.
Yep. Ain't that just the way?
Do you have any tips for being good in War Thunder? Asks Isaac in YouTube. Well, unless you want to stream to go on for another 3 hours, it might be a bit of a broad question. It really depends on what you want to do. I mean, just asking how to be good in War Thunder isn't enough. You have to specify what specific game mode, what if you're playing tanks, if you're playing aircraft, even what specific nation you're playing, because War Thunder currently has over 1,700 vehicles. You wouldn't think that, but it really does. We have a lot of vehicles in this game, so it's very hard to pinpoint just one simple answer to how to be better. We can give you some tips, for example, for being better at ground RB, which is what we play mostly, which is just to manage your spawn points, learn the weak spots of the enemies you're facing, learn your gun, learn your own armor in the armor analyzer, in the hangar. Learn the maps. Map awareness is also very, very important. Probably one of the most important things in ground RB. Learn how to fly a plane. Learn how to build a lineup. Learn how to read the spawn points and the battle rating. There's a bunch of stuff that you kind of have to invest time into if you really want to become good at War Thunder. If you want to just have the more casual experience, just play arcade. You can have some decent time there and not worry too much about the more intricate systems. But personally, I do really recommend, if you're currently an arcade player still, I do personally recommend trying out realistic mode at least a few times. It is something you have to invest some time in. It is something you have to get used to. It is something that isn't easy, especially starting out. It really is not easy. But if you put in the time, if you do your stuff, and if you really are invested and interested in learning how the game mode works, you can have a much, much better experience. And I believe we could have just scored a goal there. Almost. Come on, come on, come on! Easy! Easy. I just dabbed on stream. I will never live this down.
Did you actually dab?
No.
Okay.
I did definitely not. This will not be clipped and posted on Reddit and cringe moments. No.
You deserve that. You deserve the Reddit beating that you will inevitably get.
Don't make me say it.
Say what?
Internet. We finally have internet at home.
Yes, we do. After weeks, I think.
What is in the pack that Moobot is linking? Oh, apparently the link is broken, which is a bit sad. We have a stream pack, which you can buy and get yourself a decal and a title in-game.
Wowzer.
But we'll have to check what is up with the link. Sorry about that. Dove Black Wen asks to kill us channel on YouTube.
Please.
Well, there's only one real answer to that, isn't there? Soon TM.
Soon TM.
Soon TM. I think at this point we have used Soon TM so much we need to put Soon TM TM.
Yeah, I suppose so. It's developmental in that sense.
Where did the ball go? Oh god.
I don't know.
It went right up. We could have gotten a goal there. Okay, let's reset. Oh boy.
Come on, gang.
We can do this. We are currently leading 3-2, I believe. Now, there are two ways of actually winning this. You can either win by simply having more score than the enemy at the end of the match, which is what we're currently having. We're leading 3-2, so if the match ends right now, we're winning. Or 5-2. No, 4-2. My math is bad. You can have that, or in this particular game mode, if you get a 3-goal lead, you also win.
Nice.
Okay, boys, this is it. This is it.
The home stretch.
It is currently 4-2. If we can get one more goal in, we win this match instantly. Or if you can survive and not let the enemy score 2 goals, we win this by timeout as well. This is it. TI Orbital on YouTube asks, what is this event? This is a custom game we are hosting right now for stream viewers to play with. All these tanks you're seeing, all these chads over here, are all viewers of the stream who were, I guess, lucky enough to be able to get a spot in the custom battle. See, this is kind of the problem is that this kind of custom battle specifically only allows up to 32 players, which means that a lot of people will be left out. But this is exactly why you come back to the streams every week. We are probably going to host custom battles like this, other custom battles as well, every single week, every single stream, to keep you guys entertained. And the more times you watch the streams, the more times you participate, the higher your chances of participating in these custom battles as well. So, you know,
Yes.
tune in back next week, next Friday, at the same time, 5 p.m. CEST, which is 3 p.m. Win! 3 p.m. winning time, gamer time. We have just won, ladies and gentlemen. I actually completely missed that goal, but we have done it.
We did it, Reddit.
Yes.
Wow.
I think I scored 2 goals, actually.
Yeah, you did pretty well.
I'm number 1. How am I number 1?
Number 1.
We are number 1.
Oh,
Yes, Xander. Doesn't it look absolutely amazing?
What?
I wish I had your hair.
Oh, I don't. It gets
genuinely
in the way
wish.
all the time. And it's getting so grey as well. Nightmare. Terrible. What are you doing?
If you hear razors at night, don't worry.
Oh. Bring it on.
Where can I find the server? I want to join. Sadly, you cannot join anymore. The custom battle has just ended. But check in back in the next stream next week, next Friday, same time, where we will be hosting more custom battles for you guys to join in. Now, this is it. Hopefully you have enjoyed this stream. Before we go, I suppose we can answer a few more questions here, maybe. Okay, this is it. 5 minutes. We'll give you guys 5 minutes. Ask some questions in the chat. We'll do a blitz round.
Yes. Aiden asks, do either of you play Naval? What is your opinion on it? Me personally, I really like Naval. I've got all but about maybe 6 or 7 ships spaded. I really enjoy it. It's a slower pace, which I kind of like. I like sort of that kind of gameplay a bit more. So yeah, I like it. It's generally like I'd usually watch a film or something and play Naval because it's a lot more chill. It's something to play in the evening, you know, like if you've come back from work, whatever, you just want something a bit more slow paced, a bit more chill to play. Naval is really, really good, and that's really how I played it. And yeah, personally, I actually really like Naval. What about you, MikeGoesBoom?
I am not much of a fan myself. I guess I just like to stick with things that have contact to the ground. So I just tend to play my World War II tanks most of the time. Occasionally I dab into some top tier tanks or some top tier jets, which I actually quite like playing, especially with the Draken. But generally speaking, I just don't play Naval all that often. It is something I should really invest some time into, but I'm having a lot of fun with just my tanks, so why go outside of my comfort zone, I suppose.
I suppose so.
Peps Vinyl asked, what will happen to your old Twitch channels? Nothing. We still have our own personal accounts. We still have our own YouTube and our own Twitch channels. Since we now finally have internet at home, and Oxy also has his PC, he will be starting to work again on his YouTube videos, and I hopefully will be able to get some money together to buy myself the rest of the equipment I need and start doing some Twitch streams on my personal channel once again. So do not worry about that.
Very nice.
Elconu, we have already answered those questions plenty of times in the last streams, and I don't think like making Oxy more depressed than he already is.
Wait, what?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing. Well, I guess we are good to go, really. How to be a noob in War Thunder. Play Germany.
Ha 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 ha. Don't dab again. Don't dab again. That's unacceptable.
I just offended half of our player base.
It's offended me out here with your dabbing business in the current year. What is this about? What is this business?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you have enjoyed this stream. This has been the War Thunder official channel. My name is MikeGoesBoom. My colleague's name has been Oxy. We will be back on Friday next week for another stream. Same time, same channel. Not quite the same link on YouTube, but same fun. So, if you have enjoyed this, let us know on social media. Give us some tips of what you would like to see next time and what you'd like to see improved or what you would like to see come back or stuff like that. We are here to improve the experience for us and for you both. So, let us know. We are listening to your opinions. All right, lads, this has been it. Oxy, anything you want to add?
No, look, I'm alright.
Nothing? Then we shall go. Thank you once again to our main sponsor, Intel, for providing our streaming PCs.
Wowzer.
And we shall see you next Friday.
See ya.